It's Mel from Marine Set, and we're in a new location. So I'm visiting back home, and I am completely distraught from my fall bubble. So originally I live in Washington. We have beautiful fall weather. The leaves are changing. The scent of pine cones are in the air. Everything's kind of mystical, amazing. The beginning of like a dark academia movie, and I love it. I love the mist, I like the fogs, I like the really tall trees. It's amazing. I love experiencing different weather because I have lived in the Caribbean and Florida all of my life, so I didn't get to experience changing of the seasons, snow, like all these magical seasonal changes everyone else got to experience. I never got to experience, and I love all 4 seasons. So me being in Florida, I was like, oh okay, I'll bring one summer book with me, and that is the Unhoneymooners. But I also brought my entire fall TBR to Florida, and I don't feel like reading any of it. I feel very much like I'm in my summer bubble and I need to be summery. I even wore a yellow dress today to complement my book. And I'm not feeling fall. It's just, I can't. I've been trying to force it. I tried to read Kingdom of the Cursed and I couldn't get into the vibes the way I wanted to. Plus I feel like I'm on like, I don't really want to read YA right now, I think. That's another reason why I tried to switching it up to contemporary romance today, because I'm trying to cleanse my palette and just do something new, because I haven't been feeling my fall TBR, I haven't been feeling YA, I haven't been feeling magical fantasy, so we're trying something new, completely new, and very different and opposite. Book of the day, Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. So I read or heard on Instagram that Christina Lauren is actually a pseudonym for 2 different authors, so I think this is dual authored, but don't quote me because I'm not sure, and Instagram is not honestly the most reliable form of news, so just throwing that out there. Next, I definitely got dressed into the theme of my book. I feel tropical. It's tropical outside. It's hot. I literally went outside to read a book yesterday. I was reading Kingdom of the Cursed, and I was roasting. Note, I was in the shade too, and I was still roasting slowly, so I had to come inside. But I'm feeling the vibes. I'm here for them. I'm so excited to read this. I think I can finish this today. It's really small. It's only, I think, 400 pages. Audiobook on Scribe. I'm so happy that I have the audiobook on Scribe because it just makes the reading experience even more immersive than it already was, and convenience. So because of that, we have some adventures we're going on today. Ideally, I'd like to go on a hot girl summer walk, inhale some fresh air, because I'm pretty sure Seattle right now is having smog, so very appreciative that I'm here. I also would like to go get another journal and maybe some stickers to do some journaling tonight, as well as I have to add this to my reading journal. And we'll see what else we get up to in this magical world of Mo. The book of the day is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, and I have not read anything Christina Lauren. For those who know, I'm not a big contemporary romance person, but I like it as a palette cleanse. This was on my summer TBR that I never actually got to, so good thing I'm in Florida because now I can read it. And it's been on my summer TBR for 2 years now, so I have to read it this year. I don't like having seasonal TBRs roll over more than 2 years. It's just a pet peeve I have. So according to the praise on the book, it says it's witty and downright hilarious. I would love a good laugh. So the little blurb on the back: for 2 sworn enemies on the Hawaiian trip of a lifetime, anything can happen, maybe even love, in this romantic comedy from the New York Times best-selling author of Roomies. I have never read Roomies. Like I said, I'm not a contemporary romance person, but a lot of people said that this book was really good. It had lots of hype when it came out, and I think it was named one of the best summer reads the year it came out. But this is Enemies to Lovers, Forced Proximity. It's a twin book, which I feel like I'm reading a lot of twin books lately. I can do like a whole compilation of all the twin books I've read. Twin Crowns, Kingdom of the Wicked, The Cruel Prince, now this one. I've never read so many twin books in my entire life, like back to back like this. It's very interesting. Is this a new publishing world phenomenal? I don't know. Olive Torres is used to being the unlucky twin. From mishaps to a recent layoff, her life seems almost comically jinxed. But her sister, Amy, is the eternal champion. She even managed to finance her entire wedding through a slew of contests. But unfortunately for Olive, the only thing worse than a constant bad luck is having to spend the wedding day with her nemesis, the best man. Oh, this is gonna be funny. I can already tell. Ethan Thomas. They always have these generic names, I feel like. I don't know, I feel like rom-coms always have Ethan Thomas, like very generic names. Is that just me? Has anyone else noticed that? I don't know. Note, I haven't read that many contemporary romances, but so far the names have been very generic. So the entire wedding party gets food poisoning, and the only people who aren't affected is Olive and Ethan. So there is a free honeymoon up for grabs, and Olive will be damned if Ethan gets to enjoy paradise solo. I'm here for it. I'm ready. We're about to go on our hot girl walk. But first, annotation time. So I love planning out my annotations for my books. I like to do on theme with the cover. So for this one, we're gonna go with some really colorful tropical vibes. I actually got these magnetic paper clips, and I've never seen such a thing in my life. So because of that, I wanted to try them out today. I got them from like the Container Store, and I was so intrigued by them. So it comes in a bunch of different colors, and let you guys know, these magnets are strong. I can see many uses for them. One, as a bookmark. Two, as topic segments that I want to talk about for a YouTube video. The options are endless. Next, we have to pick out my tabbies. I am indeed missing the red tabby, unfortunately, but I do have all the other colors I feel like I want to use for this book since it's so tropical. I was going for a tropical theme tab system. I also pick my pens in correspondence with my color scheme. I wanted to pick out a few different colors, but I usually pick the color to go to the topic when reading. So for my color options, I ended up going with yellow, red, green, and black. I found these to be just the most cohesive to the book for me. It really is funny. This is hilarious. We're not even like 5 pages in and this book is already really funny. I'm on page 5. Literally on page 5. The orange tabby means funny, the pink means descriptions. And I haven't started annotating physically yet because I do a tabbing system first to figure out, do I really want to read this book forever and ever and keep it in my collection and physically annotate it with pen, or do I just want to do sticky tabs and maybe one day get rid of it? Already funny using the little magnetic thing. Love that. So convenient. And I have to tell you this line because it's so funny, and it's literally page 6, so it's not a spoiler, but Olive is telling us how like unlucky she is and like all the unlucky things that happened to her and all like this bad stuff. And this one, I've never won a coloring contest or an office pool, not even a lottery ticket or a game of pin the tail on the donkey. I have, however, broken a leg when someone fell backwards down the stairs and knocked me over. They walked away unscathed. Consistently drew bathroom duty during every extended family vacation for a 5-year stretch. Was peed on by a dog while sunbathing in Florida. Have been crapped on by innumerable birds over the years. And when I was 16, I was struck by lightning. Yes, really. And lived to tell the tale. Oh wow. But I had to go to summer school because I missed 2 weeks of class at the end of the year. Wow. I'm gonna probably make it to page 20 before I think, am I physically gonna annotate this? But this is hilarious. 2, all of it reminds me of the story of me and birds. I shall share this story with y'all. So once upon a time, I was in high school and we had an EKG tech program. So I was in the tech EKG program, and EKG is pretty much like the monitoring of your heart and your heart rhythm and stuff like that. So we had a clinical rotation at my local hospital. So I went to my local hospital, I was doing my clinical rotation rounds, and lunch comes around and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get McDonald's and eat outside. So I get McDonald's, I'm eating outside with my classmate, we're just talking about life and yada yada, and this bird dive bombs me, hits me in the head twice, and steals my McDonald's sandwich right as I'm about to put the sandwich in my mouth. Like, I'm about to eat the sandwich, and this bird attacks me. And it didn't just stop there. After it took the sandwich, it hit me some more. So I'm just sitting here outside with all the nursing staff, my class, and all the doctors that works in this hospital, and they just start laughing. I was literally robbed by a bird for my McDonald's sandwich. And this is not the only bird story I have. I've been attacked by birds multiple times. It's really weird. My dad said it's a sign of good luck. Every time I get attacked by a bird, he used to go and play lottery. But oh my gosh, I've been attacked by a bird so many times, it's become like creepy. I don't know if it's because of my hair and it looks like something they would want to play in or something. I don't know. But yeah, I've been attacked by too many birds for this lifetime. Oh gosh, this reminds me of another bird story, but I gotta get back to reading. So far it's giving Jane the Virgin. Like, right now they're setting up for the wedding, and Olive and her sister are very much like, I feel like Ziamara and Jane is in different respects. Plus, like, how the chaos is playing out, how Olive's sister is somewhat of a control freak like Jane, how it's like very comical funny, and like the interactions are very interestingly intriguing. And it just gave me flashbacks of Jane's wedding or multiple weddings. That drama had a lot happening in it. But I feel like if you like Jane the Virgin, you might like this book. So far, I'm literally on page 12, so that might not be a very good indication. So I have decided that I'm going to annotate it. I'm only on page 12, but I feel like I have the annotation bug, and hopefully I end up loving this and keeping it forever because it's so funny, and I hope the romance plays out well, and I love the characters and I get really immersed in that. It's perfect, honestly. But even if it's not and I have to get rid of it later because of my minimalistic ways, I hope someone would appreciate my annotated copies with my little thoughts. So most likely one of my friends will like it more. I'm trying the Haagen-Dazs chocolate peanut butter flavor for the first time ever. Typically, I get the cookie dough, or the coffee, or the rum raisin, or just the regular vanilla. But today, chocolate peanut butter. Let's try it. I like it. A little too rich, so it's perfect for right now, but when I'm not in like a big sugar mood, it won't be it. Very peanut buttery. And the peanut butter is like hard and crunchy. Like a peanut butter bar that was soaked in chocolate. You guys hear that? That's the peanut butter chunks. Satan's errand boy. Overall, too rich for me. I quickly got over the peanut butter taste. I have like this giant chunk of peanut butter still left in the bowl. I am not eating that. I give it 4 stars. I like the chocolate ice cream more than I like the peanut butter. I think over time it just became too rich for me. I'm not a sweet tooth though, so all my sweet tooth baddies might like this. I like peanut butter, but I'm not obsessed with it. Okay, so it's the next day, and guys, look what I found! My childhood books! So since I'm at my mom's house, I've been going through like the garage and everything, and I've been finding some of my childhood books I left here before I went to college, from my childhood, my high school years, and my middle grade years. And I wanted to show you guys some of them, because some of these books I really care about and I would like to reread them, see my views on them today, and also I think some of these I would want my future child to read, so I kept them. Okay, so the first one is Dear America, I Thought My Soul Would Rise and Fly, The Diary of Patsy, a Freed Girl. Do you guys remember the Dear America series? It was like elementary. Well, for me it was elementary. I really liked it. This was my first Dear America girl book. It's what hooked me into the Dear America world. And I really like it. For those who don't know the premise, Dear America is essentially books written by different girls in different parts of monumental time periods. And it's just their perspective and their life and what it would have been like at that time. It's truly written like a diary. So it'll be like Wednesday, June 7th, 1865. And I really like these books. This one was my favorite, and it was the first Dear America book I ever read. And started it all. So I'm happy I found that. I'm curious to see my views on it now, because I don't remember any of the stories. Next is Kung Fu Princess in Jade and Gold by Pamela Walker. I remember reading this one. I think I liked it, but honestly I don't remember the story. I don't think I remember the story for most of these, but I remember getting this one. Next, Listen for Lions, Gloria Wellman, winner of the National Book Award. So when I was younger, I used to read lots of books that had awards, because as I am today, I do not like looking for good books. I just like good books to be presented to me. So I feel like if I had an award in my child brain, then it was worthy of being read, because I hate reading books and not liking them or feeling like they're a waste of my time, because reading a book takes a lot of time. Ew. This blurb though. You are among evil people. You must be like the lion, gathering strength and awaiting your time. Wow. The next book is Coriander by Sally Gardner. I don't believe I actually read this one. I think this was just one of the books on my shelves that I never really got to. It does have nice end pages though. And next, Perfect by Natasha Friend. I remember not really liking this one or caring for it because it was very contemporary, and I don't care for contemporary, but I kept it anyway. I don't know why. The next one is Lee Weather, Breakfast at Sadie's. So this was part of a bigger series or a bigger universe, and one of the books was a mystery book about one girl going missing and her friend finding her, and I loved that book. It's smaller, it's orange and purple. I wish I knew the name of it. I hope I find it when I'm in my house, because I would actually really like to reread that book. I remember reading it to this day and enjoying the process of reading it and figure out the mystery of what happened to the girl. Lee Weather, I remember you. I remember your books. Except for this one. I don't remember this book. I like the other book way more. This one is another Dear America book. This is Voyage on the Great Titanic, The Diary of Margaret Ann Brady. I really want to read a lot of these Dear America books again. They were pretty cool back when I read them. And this one, Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. So I do not like Mockingjay. I love Hunger Games, the best book in the series, in the trilogy, and I never read the Song of Ballads. I think that's what it's called. I think it's a prequel to the Hunger Games, and I think it's President Snow original like origin story or whatever. But I didn't like this book. I remember reading it in my game room in the other room, throwing it against the wall. I did not like this book. I did not like the ending. I would honestly have rewritten this entire book as a child, or whenever, how old, like a teenager, when I read this. So I did not like Mockingjay. Hunger Games is superior in all ways, and then Catching Fire is like, it's okay. It's just part of the trilogy and we just gotta get through it. And so far, those are all the extra books I found in my house. I already did like a huge video of like a bunch of the books I found in my house. Like some of them are on my bookcase right now, but I'll put up that video later. But for now, it's been fun, like Easter egg finding my books in my house. Some are upstairs, some are in the garage, some of them are like hidden in these random places where I'm pretty sure they saw a book and they're just like, oh, let me just throw this right here for now. And it's been pretty cool. But yes, last night I did indeed finish The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, and I looked up Christina Lauren, and is indeed a pseudonym for two authors. It is indeed dual authorshipped. I forgot the other one. I think it has an award. I think it has something. But yeah, overall, I gave the book 4 stars. It took me about 6 hours to read it. My Audible said, my Scribe book said it would take 9 hours to listen to. I read until that last little orange tabby physically, and then the rest I listened to on audiobook. So I ran out of orange tabs, and orange is funny, green is like a precious favorite moment, blue is iconic, and pink is character descriptions. And I didn't tab every single one of those instances that happened. I only tabbed the ones that were meaningful to me, and I only tabbed it if I like felt like it, because sometimes I was like listening to audiobook. So you'll notice after that last orange tab and when I went full audiobook, I did not go back to tab anything. It was a wild ride though. I thought it was fun and funny. Definitely Jane the Virgin vibes. Just how like the comedy played out and how the family interacted. I really feel like it would have the same type of fandom. Overall, the couple was cute, precious, yada yada. I don't care for romantic contemporary, so it's not going to give me anything higher than that. I feel like I wanted this to become more magical. I want the plots bigger and badder. The whole thing with enemies to lovers and they're just misunderstanding, I just can't take seriously. It's just like, I'm so used to like the high stakes of fantasy romance where it's like, you killed my mother and left me as an orphan, like something like that. They always have these really high stake enemy to lover tropes, or they have misunderstandings too. They also have misunderstandings in fantasy, but this one, it's such a misunderstanding that I just didn't care about it. And I knew it was going to be worked out in the end. Like, the stakes were never high enough for me, even though it's contemporary. There really are no stakes, but that's the type of reader I am, and that's what I pursue with my reading goals. So, yeah. Overall, 4 stars. The world building was bland because it's literally our world and our universe. The imagery was chill. The writing was okay. It was just funny, and I enjoyed the funniness of it. It was entertaining. It like kept me hooked. It was a palate cleanse. I was here for it. It was okay. It was chill. Would I reread this? No, probably not. I did annotate it physically, and I did tab it. So I think if I ever do reread it, it'll be for fun. But I think my friends would actually like my commentary because it's kind of interesting and funny. At least to me it is. And that's the only people I think would want my book. I am somewhat of a minimalist. I do not keep books I don't plan on rereading, or I don't have any higher purpose for outside of just like reading it once. So I'm happy I read this, as it was on the TBR for 2 years. So finally off the summer TBR, even though it's no longer summer, but I'm in my Florida bubble. So far, I think this is my most annotated book, and I did run out of the orange and I wasn't able to use it all. There would have been more orange, more green, and more pink. So this book would have been probably double the annotation if I didn't audiobook it and I wasn't listening to it on the go. That way I would have had time to tab it more efficiently, but it's fine. I am considering doing an art spread for this. It wasn't the spiciest, which I personally liked. I'm not a big spice person, so it wasn't a major difference for me, but the spice is minimal to, it's explicit, but it's minimal. So for all my spicy lovers, you may or may not like this. Well, that's all, folks. Make sure you subscribe. I'm here every Friday, or at least I try to be. And I'm on Bookstagram, BookTok, and happy reading, y'all. What are y'all reading? I'm gonna start Corin? I think it's called Corin. So my Libby just got this book. I think it's called Corin. And there was a book talk I saw saying that maybe this is written by Stephanie Meyer because it's written under a pseudonym for a very famous best-selling author. And one of the like the book talk people read it and they're like, this seems like Stephanie Meyer's writing. So that really intrigued me. So I put it on hold at the library and I finally got it. So I'm gonna read it. I'm really excited. I've read Twilight a few times, so I feel like I could like feel out Stephanie's writing very well. And we shall see. I don't know. I have no expectations. I don't know. Should I vlog it? Should I? I don't know. I also got the audiobook too. But anyway, I'm gonna go read. Happy reading, y'all. Bye.